First time today, MXGP of Spain into Xanadu Arroyo Molinos, just south of Madrid. 30 minutes plus 2 laps. Who will it be that grabs the all-important foxhole shot? A long start straight here into a sweeping 180 left. Heavily ripped as well. Langenfelder closes down on here. It's Beniston who sweeps across everybody, and it's Beniston who leads the way over the foxhole shot line for the first time this year. Riders getting nudged wide there. The 74 of Kai de Wolf, and I think Koonen also found himself running wide off track. And is that him at the back there? I think it might be. Ah, nicely wheel tapped through there for Beniston, who leads the way as they hit the Monster Energy triple jump. Rick Elsinger there in 4th place. 3rd place behind Langenfelder. Braceras right where he needs to be, in front of his home crowd. He's in 4th place. He's going to lose out, though, to Kai de Wolf on this opening lap. But Simon Langenfelder with a bit between his teeth. Geert's in about 8th place at the moment. Bobby Bruce with a good start. The AC United Gas rider in 12th place at the first split, but dropping downhill. Thibaut Beniston leads Simon Langenfelder. Will get them over the line this time. Elsinger 3rd, find his way back past Kai de Wolf. 4th, Braceras. Is he still the lead FNH Kawasaki rider, yes or no? Hits the line now, and yes he is. Geert's 6th, Horgmo is 7th, so the Monster Energy Yamaha splitting the 2 in FNH boys. Adamo 8, Everts 9, Sasha Koonen 10, Werder 11. And then we've got Pencer, Bruce, Weckman, Harup, Van der Moosdijk, Lucas Koonen. It was him at turn 2 that ran off track and had to rejoin out of turn 3, costing him a lot of time. The rider who was 2nd in the qualifying race on Saturday. Gifting 18, Monavilish 19, Hamill in 20th place. Jack Chambers in 27th place, the American for Big Van World MTX Kawasaki. Kai de Wolf looking to capitalise here, though, as Elsinger goes inside. De Wolf up the inside of the next turn. But Elsinger just hanging on to that 3rd place at the moment. Meanwhile, Thibaut Beniston not pulling away from Langenfelder. The gap less than a second, and the German all over the rear wheel. This place. First sight of our championship leader there, Jago Geert. He's now up in the 5th position, just behind his rookie MX2 teammate, Rick Elsinger, the reigning European 250 champion. But with 26.5 minutes plus 2 to go, still a long way to go as the sun disappears behind the clouds momentarily. Offer a little bit of respite out there to those standing out in the heat. Fastest lap of the race, Kai de Wolf. Here he is in 3rd. Mastan Husqvarna Factory Racing in white. 1:56.7 compared to the 57.8 of Beniston, the race leader, and a 58 of Langenfelder. Bobby Bruce down. He was in around about 12th position, wasn't he? But looks like he's just a little bit second-hand there, Bobby Bruce. Not sure where on the racetrack that was, but Bruce did all the hard work, made that good start. Beniston, Langenfelder, de Wolf, your top 3. A mistake there for Beniston. And that's all it needed for Langenfelder to pounce on the Frenchman. We have a new leader on lap 2. Certainly be fired up now then, won't he? The 198 is here. It's a little bit twisted and crooked coming out of that. Over on the far side of the circuit. And Beniston now under attack from Kai de Wolf. Those three just starting to pull clear of Elzinga. Ever so slightly. As he comes under attack from his teammate. So Langenfelder exits the final turn, hits the Monster Energy finish line jump. Fastest lap of the race for the German. 55.2. He's got about a second advantage over Thibaut Beniston. Kai de Wolf there in third. Elzinga under the very watchful eye now of Jago Geerts in that 5th place. Bracera still hanging on in there in 6th position as Geerts cuts his way to the inside of Elzinga, takes over 4th place. So 2 laps complete. Langenfelder almost 2 seconds clear. There he is on the exit of the turn, heading uphill, leaving Beniston to deal with de Wolf, and now Jago Geerts. Geerts quickly doing away with his teammate. Here's David Braceras, the 22 F&H Kawasaki rider, has got his hands full of Liam Everts, and the 2 riders clash. Oh, I'll tell you what, that wouldn't have gone down. Everts and Braceras there. Braceras losing 2 positions and 3 positions immediately. As Everts, Adamo and Koenen all come charging through as a result of that banging of bars between him and the Belgian Liam Everts. Braceras now then just ahead of Panzer in 9th. Watch this here. He messed up on the exit of the turn previous, and Everts probably didn't realise he was still there. He was almost off the back of the bike. Braceras lucky to get away with that one. Did cost him 3 positions though. Here he is again, charging downhill. Trying to rectify that mistake. Unforced error, I think we call it, don't we? Elsewhere. Langenfelder. Give this dog a bone, he'll run with it. That's exactly what he's doing. 1:54.2, another fastest lap for the Red Bull Gas rider, who already has 1 race win from the 2nd race in Trentino a couple of rounds ago. Is this the turning point of the Germans' season? Thibaut Beniston not yet ready to relinquish that 2nd position to Kai de Wolf. Oh, Braceras is down, him and Panzer, and I think maybe try to move. That looks like it's the left-hander just before the liquid molly, just after pit lane. Goes around the outside. Oh, the red mist coming down. Braceras wasn't ready to give up another position. He and Panzer go down. All of a sudden, Braceras in 16th place. Kai de Wolf. Oh, absolutely on the limit there. But the Start-Husqvarna rider hanging on to 3rd, but for how much longer? Because Jago Geerts, who was a comfortable winner in the qualifying race on Saturday, now has main sort of contenders ahead of him. So with 21 minutes to go, just needs to pick his moment, doesn't he? But at the moment, he's also hoping that his teammate here, Thibaut Beniston, just holds up the state of play, tries to keep de Wolf behind him. De Wolf will either get desperate trying to make a mistake, which will open the door for Geerts, or he'll leave the door open, which will leave Geerts to go through. Either way, the Belgian tries to go around the outside, bounces back off the berm, turn 13 on the entry to pit lane. Hanging on to that 3rd place at the moment, but Geerts 93 in 4th with a 40-point advantage coming into this 1st race. over Adamo. Adamo is a couple of positions further back, so extending his lead at the moment as it stands. Three into one does go in turn two. De Wolf again looking to go around the outside. It's good drive around there, you know. And then he cuts back to the inside. Brave if he's going to go through there. Well, he was brave. Forces Thibaut Beneston to go wide. And De Wolf now up in the second. Can he break free as Geerts triples in? Don't know why Beneston is not tripling uphill there. Looked like he just got the drive there, Jago Geerts, but Beneston, oh, it closes the door as they crest that city wall jump. Geerts bouncing his way through those waves. Don't get the first rhythm right, can cost you time. But he's got a nice line through the inside at the penultimate corner, has the number 93. So too has Beneston, who's all of a sudden found a new sense of urgency, got himself back onto the rear wheel of De Wolf here and looking to make a cutback move to the inside, but his teammate's going to be right there. Instead, he goes around the outside. De Wolf is going to need wing mirrors on either side of his handlebars here soon. Fantastic duel this for second position. Front end high as De Wolf jumps long into the waves. Geerts gets better drive than his teammate. He's going to have the right line coming at the bottom of the hill as well. But his door gets shut in his face by Beneston. Oh, he cuts neatly to the inside though. From out of nowhere, finds something, executes the move perfectly. Geerts now up in a third. Langenfelder, 8 seconds clear of these two at the moment. That's the kind of how these guys have been tripping each other up, and Geerts triples past. Moves into second position. Great move that from the 93. Not everybody jumping that triple, but Geerts using it to his advantage. Oh, the two Red Bull KTM riders, Adamo and Everts. Adamo now up into 6 as he goes around the outside of his teammate, who got caught behind Elsinger. Elsinger still hanging on to 5th place. Right. Here is Adamo. Top of the hill into the final turn, end of lap 6. Adamo into 5th place. Good lap that for Adamo. 2 passes in the space of a lap. Liam Everts and Rick Elsinger. Lucas Kuhn in there, number 96. He is in 7th place. That's impressive, actually, because of how far wide he was on the exit of turn 2 and turn 3. This was Kai de Wolf exercising off-track limits here. Look. Wow. Tell you what, almost had a word with our sponsors there. That's Beneston going back past him. Just under 14 minutes to go then. MX2 Race 1. Kai de Wolf looking to make up for the mistake he made on the exit of the turn to his left a lap ago. Trying to get back onto the rear wheel of Beneston. Meanwhile, Langenfelder extending his lead over Geerts to 10 seconds, 54.0, 54.3, the lap times for Langenfelder and Geerts respectively. This is 3rd and 4th. Ah, hello. 5:16. Simon Langenfelder enjoying his time at the head of the field at the moment. Red Bull Gas Factory Racing came away with a second and third here last year. Got him on the podium. He'll be hoping to improve on that second place finish overall this weekend. Try to come away not only with his first podium, but his first win of the season as well. Conditions warm though. Struggled in the heat in the second race a week ago in Portugal. Energy is he spending here? Well, the answer to that is, while he's out there riding his own pace and not having to think like the frantic battle we had with 3-4 riders behind him, here it's Beniston, De Wolf and Elzinga, who's now dropped down to 8th place actually. Yeah, he triples in. Thibaut Beniston, third at the moment. 1:55.7 last time. De Wolf, though, was a 10th quicker with his fastest lap of the race. Still bearing down on the 1:98. Take a look at the foxhole shot, and was it Thibaut Beniston? It might quite possibly was. From about gate 7 or 8 over on the left-hand side. Here he is now, centre of your screen. Rounds out that turn. Lights the candles about now, and by a bike length or more for his first black plate of the season for Thibaut Beniston. Right, Jago Geerts, what frame of mind is he in as we look at Beniston there in third place? Because the gap going out 11.5 seconds between first and second now. Another fastest lap in the race for Langenfelder, who's definitely brought his mojo to the table. Surely with 12 minutes plus 2 to go, 13 minutes plus 2 to go, 12-second gap is just too much to ask, because the depth you have to dig in to find a second a lap just to get on terms with, and then find a move on the track to pass this far out. Maybe he's just happy to sit there in second at the moment. Jago Geerts done the hard work, found his way into second position, which increases your chances of a podium in the second race anyway, especially in the event of a tie break. Maybe you also stand on the top step, but he's just doing enough to stay ahead of these two, who are still fighting over third and fourth place at the moment, Beniston and De Wolf. Emil Weckman on the Shipments to Cycle Honda SR Motor Blues machine is now in the 15th. He's found his way past Isaac Gifting on the VHR Racing Gas. Benny getting over the triple now. De Wolf going with him. They're two riders that weren't jumping it. Both lost out early on in the race. All of a sudden, growing a set and finding the line to get up and over it. 30 metres point to point. If it's heavy and sticky on the run-up or accelerating bumps, you just sometimes feel that maybe I haven't got enough just to get over it. But these two now just saying, you know what, we've got to go. We've got to pull the pin and just get on with it. Adamo in the background. Not as quick last time around, but we'll see what his time is this time at the end of the lap. Andrea Adamo in 5th place, Red Bull KTM Factory Racing. There he is, just flashing in behind the 74. Take a look at what Adamo's doing, actually. He puts his fastest lap in at 53.6. So De Wolf not able to get close enough to Beniston at the moment, so maybe if we just pan back to the number 80 behind them, coming towards us now, past pit lane. There he is, bottom of your shot. Andrea Adamo is just inching closer. De Wolf also gaining a couple of feet and inches here on the Frenchman, Thibaut Beniston. You cannot see how deep those ruts are, how sticky they are, what's inside them as well. A lot of horrible braking bumps and accelerating bumps on the exit of those turns. Particularly here in turn 2 and turn 3. Adamo is getting closer. Again, how much energy is he having to waste just trying to get back on terms with these two here after that poor start? Well, talk about chuck it into that inside. Guy de Wolf lost the front going in, slammed into the berm midway through. Watch this here, full attack mode. Whoa, just buries it. Stays upright in 4th place though. Took a little bit of energy out of him, just that initial hit. And that's allowed Benny to get away. And you can see what it's done to Adamo as well. All of a sudden, he's got second wind and he's just all over the back of Guy de Wolf now. Bottom of the hill here. Oh, Sasha Kunin. Problem for him there. Hogmo goes through into 9th. Meanwhile, back with this battle for 4th position now. Thibaut Beniston just sneaking a few meters of clean air as de Wolf comes under attack from Adamo, the Italian, who has already stood on the top step of the podium this year. 3 podiums out of the first 5 rounds as well for the number 80. Having to think outside the box here. There's a nice line, about 3-4 lines out, but de Wolf was using it early on in the race, but because he's having to go defensive, no longer using it. Oh, and he makes a mistake there as well. Just as the line, because you want a seat bounce over that first double, but if you don't get the perfect line in the rut, then obviously the suspension can compress and just pitch the opposite way. That's what happened to de Wolf there a moment ago. Beniston got off track there as well earlier on. And so too did Braceras. Braceras is back up to 14th place now, by the way, the Spanish rider. Andrea Adamo here. Watch this. Oh, duck your head down, avoid the roost. Heavy landing as well. Such a nice jump there. The FC Moto step down back into the valley. Look at the line of... great to have a camera just a few feet across to our left so you can see how deep those ruts are at the bottom of the hill. And the speed in which these guys are hitting them. Meanwhile, back marker between de Wolf and Adamo, allowing the Dutch rider to go back after the Frenchman. Number 18 there, William Voxen-Kleeman, the Schmieke racing rider, KTM. Langenfelder's gap, 13.5 seconds over Geertz at the moment. This is still the battle for 3rd place. Thibaut Beniston, Guy de Wolf. Holding his own at the moment is Thibaut. Further up the track, probably see him around the top left-hander. There he is in the waves. A lot cleaner through there this time for de Wolf. Is he still using this inside line here? Yes, he is. A lot cleaner through there as well. Got in and out early. Didn't bury it in the deep part of the rut, but loses about a half a second by not jumping the triple. Again, going up into that tight right-hander, you cannot see how long and how deep sticky those ruts are. Once they're in, they're committed. All of that up into turn 7. Give you a quick rundown here, shall we, as Langenfelder hits the line. 12 laps complete. 14 seconds clear of Jago Geertz here, the championship leader. Thibaut Beniston about 5 seconds further back in 3rd. De Wolf 4th. Those two still fighting over that 3rd step of the podium. Adamo 5th, Lucas Kunin 6th, Liam Everts 7th, Elsinger 8th, Kevin Hogmo is in 9th place. Then we've got Sasha Kunin 10th, Oriol Oliver is the lead Spaniard now in 11th. So the number 51 on the WZ Racing KTM Head of Ryan van der Moosdijk, Mikkel Harup, David Braceras, Emil Weckman, and then Chambers, Guerda, Gifting and Guillaume. These guys look across to their left. They'll see Heerts heading uphill in the opposite direction. Right, De Wolf, can he land early? Cut back to the inside, not quite. Slight bobble there, though, for Beniston as he came into the braking zone. Back end just stepped out to the left. You need to be out wide and then hit this straight to get that little seat bounce double. Into turn 5. Oh, Langenfelder here. Oh, the same as Thibaut. Surfing his luck a little bit there, though, the race leader. Didn't cost him too much time, though, did it? Still has 12.5 seconds over the Belgian. Thibaut Beniston needs the result. Many tipping him as a possible world champion this year, still could be. But Thibaut Beniston, only 2 top 3 finishes so far this year. Second in race 1, Argentina. Third in race 2, Sardinia. Oh, yeah, got a race win as well, didn't he, in Switzerland, race 2. So just 3 top 3 finishes. He's got his hands full here. There's Adamo closing back in again. Left of your screen. So Adamo, past pit lane. Hits through the waves. Then a back marker, then these two, third and fourth. Langenfelder in cruise mode at the moment. 13.5 seconds of Geerts. So I can only assume, therefore, that once Geerts did get to that second position, just say, right, you know, the next guy behind me is 40 points behind in the championship. That's Adamo. I'm ahead of him. Because Langenfelder was 5th in the championship chase coming into this first race of the day. Kevin Horgmo is being busy again. Kevin Horgmo, FNH Kawasaki over on the right-hand side, the number 24. Gets around the outside and cuts back to the inside of Elzinga. Horgmo now 8th. Not sure I've seen De Wolf try anything different through that turn. Always going inside. Does it work any quicker? Not sure. 50-50 because you've got the tighter entry and exit compared to a wider sweep, but then has a small double on the exit. So Sasha Kunin on the move as well. So Sasha Kunin now up into 9th place. Just in front of the grandstand. Up the inside of Elzinga. Elzinga looking a little bit fatigued now as the young Belgian comes through. Oriol Oliver's gone through since as well. He's now 10th. Elzinga down to 11th place. A minute to go, plus 2 laps. 2-lap board will go out next time around. Elzinga dropping down to 13th place now because Horgmo, Kunin, Sasha Kunin, Oliver, van der Moosdijk and Harup all finding their way by the Dutchman. Still nothing in it between 3rd and 4th. Adamo right there as well. Every time he gets close, and Benny jumps the jump there, De Wolf just loses half a second. Adamo not getting over the triple either. putting everything into it though, isn't he? 2-lap board getting ready. Or not. 2, 1. Wow, 2-lap board. Oh, they didn't. They kept it in. Wow. Maybe just no time to get it out, because time definitely elapsed just on the exit of the turn. Normally the beam is at the base of the ramp on the finish line jump, or as high up as you can get it in some cases, but Simon Langenfelder, very, very tight. Who would have needed that extra lap though, because had he gone through with a second to spare, and there's 3 laps to go. Watch this here. Look on the clock at the top. Yeah, look. 2. Wow. Very tight. Anyway, Langenfelder leads the way. 13 seconds almost over Jago Geerts. Didn't grab the whole shot, but he did pass Thibaut Beneston through this part of the racetrack when Beneston was leading. That was on lap 2. And since then, he's just got his head down, pretty much checked out, and said to everybody else, catch me if you can. Here was Langenfelder going by Beneston, who made a mistake, jumped off track. Easy as that in the end for the German on the Red Bull Gas. Since then, he's been pretty much dancing to his own tune. Had that one moment, didn't he, going into turn 2 mid-race, where he lost the front and the back and literally went from one side of the track to the other. Other than that, he's been absolutely inch perfect as the German. One lap board goes out. He's probably thinking, man, I must have been so fast I didn't even see the 2-lap board a lap ago. Well, nor did we, mate, nor did we. Just settling down, looks 1:57. Lap times now for him. His fastest lap was early on at 1:52.875 on lap 8, so around about half race distance. Adamo has traffic between him and De Wolf. Front end a little high there, Kai Boy. But barring any little slip-ups from these 3, Beneston, De Wolf and Adamo should finish 3rd, 4th and 5th. Or will they? Because there's Jago Geerts. All of a sudden, he's only 2 seconds ahead, 1.5 seconds ahead. That might just fire up his teammate, Thibaut Beneston. Pull him clear of De Wolf. Might put Geerts under pressure. Can't afford to switch off. Sure, at some point, he had a board signal saying 4 or 5 seconds. Well, can't afford to back it off that much. Gains a little bit of ground there. It's his position to lose, though. Van der Moosdijk goes through into 10th with a move on Olivier. Fighting that bike coming out of the turn. Thibaut Beneston, back end lighting up. But here's Geerts. A couple of corners from the finish line, just get through these waves nice and cleanly. Everybody jumping downhill. Out of the final turn, though, Simon Langenfelder wins race 1 here in Spain. It's his 2nd race win of the season. And the Red Bull Gas rider picking up 25 points for his efforts here. Jago Geerts crosses the line now in 2nd. 3rd, his Monster Energy teammate, Kai de Wolf, will cross the line in 4th place for Nissan Husqvarna Factory Racing, ahead of the Red Bull KTM of Adamo. 2 seconds, 3 seconds further back thereabouts.